Welcome to my channel, The Methodologist, the citadel of qualitative research methodology. We unravel the secrets of research methods 101, covering the completion of any qualitative research, dissertation, or paper writing. Get ready to begin your research methods classes, dissertation journeys to a successful final defense of your qualitative research paper, thesis, or dissertation. Welcome aboard. From conceiving a research idea to selecting a topic for your paper, abstract, introduction, to developing an acceptable literature review, identifying and solidifying corresponding research methodology, data collection, analysis of data, discussion of findings, conclusion, and reference list, the research professor will guide you every step of the way. You will learn how to write your thesis, dissertation from start to finish, and develop a presentation skill that will earn you the approval of your dissertation committee. Follow this channel and learn the skills of qualitative research with the Qualitative Research Professor, Godspower Yubo, PhD Innovative Leadership. Also, book a session for your individualized learning with the professor.
All right, everybody. I welcome you to my channel. I welcome you to this time of learning together. It's been a long time I dreamt of doing this, and I've been working behind the screen to put things together. I should have done this first video yesterday, but one way or the other, the technology did not cooperate. So today I cracked it. Though there are still some challenges, I've not got into where I want us to be, but let's begin. Let's start. Once we get started, every other thing will fall in place. So once again, welcome. It will be a lovely journey with you all. Anyone who cares to, join this channel, it will be an amazing journey of studying and learning together. I enjoy what I do as a research professor. I enjoy it so much. By the grace of God, I've been able to guide a lot of people through the process. A lot of people who have come through me, by the grace of God, have testimonies to share. They succeeded, and I enjoy it. Someone trained me, or some people trained me, and they were so good to me. I was blessed to have great professors, lovely men and women who guided me through the times. So it's also good to give back to society, to the community, whatever you received, So I'm glad doing this. So please walk with me. It's going to be a lovely journey, like I said. We will learn a lot. Today I'm going to just introduce what we're doing, what we'll be doing for as long as God will give us the grace to do that. So here we go. Research Methods 101. A lot of people don't like to dabble into research. Once they hear research methods, their breathing goes faster. A lot of professors also make life difficult for scholars. They make life difficult. If I tell you difficult, they make life difficult for scholars. A lot of professors. I don't do that. I mentioned before that God blessed me with an amazing team of professors who guided me to learn through the stages. There were layers of learning experiences. Some were tough, some were good, but I made it through. God helped me through the guidance of those great men and women. So I will be able to give back what I learned from them and what I've discovered over the years. Research methodology is very easy. It's very easy. Whether you go by qualitative research methods, or you go by quantitative research methods, or you decide to do the mixed methods, whichever approach you like to take, for me, I don't know about others, but for me, research methodology is very easy. Learning the skills and doing the work is very easy, very easy. It's a journey that you like to take. You enjoy doing it. You enjoy, of course, one of my students says, Prof, I don't know why you enjoy crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's, and you are so meticulous about it. I say, well, that's what it means to be a methodologist, a methodologist. And that's what it means to be a scholar. You can't be a scholar without dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's in research methodology. And I mentioned to this student, I said, if you don't dot all your I's and cross all your T's, remember, you're trying to contribute to knowledge. So what are you giving to society? What are you giving to the whole world? Half-baked knowledge or truncated kind of information? So that's part of what makes research rigorous, but we try to help people to learn how to do it and do it the easy way and the professional way, the academic way as well. Education is tough. When I say easy way, it doesn't mean there's any cutting of corners. But when you learn the skills, when you get it, when you learn it and you are good at it, it becomes easy. You see that it becomes easy. All right. We will be using this as our manual. There's no royalty. The American Psychological Association is not paying me anything to promote anything for them. Just that I like the publication manual of the American Psychological Association. It's my research Bible. That's what I call it. It's my research Bible. You may have your own research Bible, but this is my research Bible. In fact, I would say the research Bible. That's for me. That's for me. So, but I encourage you to get a copy of this if you don't have one. Everything I'll be teaching on this channel on research, qualitative research methodology, we spring from this document in terms of formatting and style of writing. It will come from this document. So the 7th edition is what I recommend, APA 7th edition. We will use it for formatting, we use it for style of writing, and any other thing that can come, okay? So that is the official guide to APA style. All right, so if you don't have a copy of it, get a copy. I don't know where you can get it, but I know you have it online. They are online. You can get a copy anywhere online, but make sure it is the 7th edition, APA 7th edition. Like I said before, I'm not promoting it for any royalty, just for academic reference and all that. All right, so that's what we're gonna do it. So today I'll be looking at what is research. What is research? And if you've heard me mention that my interest is on qualitative research, don't be biased. Don't push back. Don't think that I'm myopic or narrow-minded. No, I'm I'm versatile when it comes to research methodology. But I tailor my professional practice to qualitative research methods. And I have a reason for that. I'm a social scientist. And being a social scientist, qualitative research method is very close to what it takes to, practice, be in my own field and carry out that practice very well, being a social scientist. So if you are like me, you will want to do qualitative research. Sometimes also I recommend for social scientists, I recommend mixed methods. But again, when we're getting much more into our lectures, I'll talk about the do's and don'ts, the advantages and disadvantages of mixed methods in research methodology, in research practice. But for today, we'll be focusing on qualitative research methods. And on this platform, on this channel, I'll be teaching on qualitative research methods. If you have questions about quantitative research methods, I will be able to answer your questions, but if it will distract me, I would recommend a professor to do that with you. Okay? So just let me know what you need, and we will be able to walk through that. What is research? What is research? This is the first question I ask scholars when they come to school. What is research? If you take Research Methods 101, you have to answer this question. What is research? What are you getting yourself into? What exactly is research method or research methodology? Or what is the practice that you're getting yourself into? Now, research is a systematic and structured process of inquiry. Now, don't forget that in every definition of research methodology, you have to see this. If you don't see it, that definition is deficient. Research methodology or research is a systematic. It is systematic because it involves a lot of systematic processes. It's systematic. You don't just jump into research and you start doing something. You have to follow some principles. You have to follow some rules. You have to be methodological. You have to be systematic. You have to, okay, let me use a word. You have to be organized. You have to be organized. And you follow through the processes that are laid down there. That is why you say it's systematic and structured process of inquiry. Systematic and structured. So you don't jump into it and get out of it and think that you can get a good result. You have to follow through the systematization that is involved. And you have to follow through the rigorous structure that is involved. And that's why it's important to take a class on research methods. Don't start writing, don't start talking unless you've taken a class on research methods. If you have to do anything that will contribute to knowledge. Yeah. When I say don't start talking, I mean don't start pushing knowledge out. Don't start forcing people to listen to you and buy your ideas in terms of academic information if you have not taken a research methods class, because you will be doing a lot of harm to yourself, and by the time you realize it, it would have been too late to make amends. So if you want to push out information there that you want people to hold onto and reference you and hold you accountable to whatever information you're putting out there, you need to take a class on research methodology. It's important. I recommend it. So it's a systematic and structured process of inquiry aimed at discovering. So you get into the process and your intention is to discover something. So you discover something. We'll talk more about what it means to discover and how you do the discovering. So you discover, you interpret, you reverse facts, theories, and applications. It involves a collection of information, collection of data. You collect information through the various processes that we will talk about in our studies. And then it also involves analysis of those information that you've collected. There's collection of information and collation of information. We talk about all those. And then interpretation of data to answer specific questions or solve problems, contributing to the advancement of knowledge in a particular field. Now let's go back again. Here we are talking about research methods, research methodology. When you get into research, you collect information. You analyze information. You interpret your data to answer specific questions. Make note of that when you do research or when you get into the process of writing any research document, whether it's an article or a magazine kind of publication, or you're writing your thesis or dissertation or whatever, as far as it's academic, it has to answer specific questions. You cannot be running from pillar to post as if there is no plan. So you see, that goes back to why research methods or research is a systematic and structured process of inquiry. So because when you follow through the process of inquiry, that systematic process of inquiry, you'll be able to focus your research, your search. Research is like research. You are researching a field of knowledge that had been research. Break that word into two. Research. R-E, then search. R-E hyphen search. Research. So if you are researching to find out more information, then it means you have a target. It means there's a plan. And your target and your plan is to answer specific questions and to solve specific problems in that particular field of study or under that umbrella of information. So you're not just hitting everywhere. You're not beating about the bush. You are focused. You have a target. I often tell my students, the scholars, that before you choose your topic for your dissertation, think about what you want to achieve. We still talk about how to choose topic. Think about what you want to achieve. Think about the time frame allotted to your studies and for the completion of your dissertation or thesis. Think about all those. If you're writing an article, you want to present at a conference, think about the timeline, when to submit your abstract, when to write up the paper and submit it. Think about the timeline. So you choose a topic that you know something about, or you have materials on in a topic of interest to you. We'll still talk about that later, but I veered into that because we're talking about answering specific questions and solving problems. So those are important for us to keep at the back of our minds as we get into research methods. Now, let me also say this. Part of the reason some people pick up a topic to write for their dissertation and they never finish. They never graduated. Some would, after 10 years or so, some would, after 5 years, probably graduate, after finishing their coursework. Now, part of the reason that happens is because some people pick topics that they don't know, they don't have any idea about. They pick topics that are ambiguous, topics that are not researchable. I use the word topics that are not smart. So when you pick topics that are not smart, of course we all know the meaning of smart. Capital S, capital M, capital A, capital R, capital T. If we pick a topic that is not smart, you're not going to graduate. I tell you. Not with your set, not with your class. You're not going to graduate. You'll be on that topic forever and until you decide to reverse it. So it's not a course, it's an experience. I've been in this for a very long time. I've by the grace of God, I've experienced with students from all over the world. And when I say from all over the world, by the grace of God, from all over the world. I've supervised students from almost all the continents. So I can tell you what's going on. I can tell you how people feel. I can tell you how people deal with their research. I can tell you how people struggle to pass through academic paper presentations. And some never do. Some will never do. They run around it and then they leave without achieving anything. So, but in this class, I will guide you. If you walk with me, if you follow through the lectures, I will guide you to see how to select a topic that is doable, a topic that you can complete within the time frame given to you so you can graduate. You may ask me, what's my interest? My interest is because we need more scholars. We need more scholars. The older scholars are aging out. Some of them are retiring. So if we don't produce more scholars, who is going to help us to keep the narrative going forward? Who is going to help us to keep knowledge, and to discover more things about whatever it is that we're doing? So we need more scholars. We need scholars who can train themselves and train others. And so we keep the tide flowing. We keep the work going forward. All right, so pay attention to that. We're going to answer specific questions or solve problems when we do research, when we get into that process of finding knowledge or contributing to knowledge, and then look at that contributing to the advancement of knowledge in a particular field. So when you do research, pay attention to why you are doing it, from on which field, or what's my target, where am I coming from, where am I springing forth from. Is important to keep that at the back of our mind. So if you are a social scientist like I am, you're writing in that particular field, you have to pay attention to all it takes to answer questions and to discover more information in that field. All right, so let's do the next 2 slides and we'll call it a quit today. This is another definition of research. What is research? It is a systematic and methodological process, of inquiry undertaken to generate new knowledge, validate existing theories, or solve specific problems. This is almost the same with the other definition of research, that we follow through that process, methodological process of inquiry, and we generate new knowledge, or we validate existing theories or solve specific problems. Now, when it comes to qualitative research methods, we don't use theories. You may wonder, say, but why do you have theories? This is just a definition. So this definition is versatile. This definition cuts across both qualitative and quantitative research methods. So in qualitative research approach, we use a theoretical framework. No, we use we don't use theoretical framework. Sorry, we use a different framework that will guide you, conceptual framework that will guide you to get into whatever it is that you're doing. So while in scientific research process, that is quantitative research process, we use a theoretical framework. In qualitative research process, we use conceptual framework, which will guide you to see what is happening and be able to find those research questions and answer them. All right, so it involves the careful collection, analysis, and interpretation of data, guided by established methodologies with the goal of contributing, see that again, contributing to the understanding of phenomena within a particular field. All right, so you collect data, you collect information, and your target is to contribute. Remember again, there are methodologies. See that? There are methodologies that you have to follow, established methodologies. Whichever aspect that you're going, you have to follow through those guided methodologies that will help you to stay on course. All right, finally for today, John Criswell, 2014, describes research as a process of steps used to collect and analyze information to increase our understanding of a topic or issue. That's what he said, and I like that. It's a process of steps, used to collect and analyze information to increase our understanding of a topic issue. So if you pay attention to all these, you'll be good to start. The first few definitions are mine. If you want to like reference them, I created that, and I try to embed other aspect of knowledge into it. And if you move forward, you can use these and some other references that you will find in our lectures by by the day, and see how you can navigate through if you want to like create your own definition of research. Anyway, that's what we're gonna do for today. I introduced it a little bit. In my next video, I will still go on to explain what qualitative research is. I don't want to give you so much that you cannot keep at the moment. Normally, I should do 20 minutes every time I come online. But today, I went a little bit above that. But if you have questions, please push them down in the comment section. If the comment section is not working, let me know through my email, and I will see what to do about that. But once again, thank you for coming by to study with us today. I look forward to seeing you again in my next video. And if you haven't subscribed, the best thing for you to do is to subscribe. So whenever I go online, the notification will come to you at the same time. I will share a lot of my contacts with those who follow through, because I don't expect to answer all questions, and I will be careful to limit myself to what I can carry, like mentoring some people. I really want to mentor PhD students. If you are a PhD student, if you are a master's student, taking a research class somewhere and you're struggling with the process, just reach out. Especially if you are taking if you're using the qualitative approach, reach out. We'll talk about it. We see what's going on and see where we can help, and make sure you skate through. All right. Other than that, I think I'm glad I met some of you today. And thank you so very much. Share the link and I invite others to follow. Okay? Thank you. Bye, and see you next time.